We'll just take a look at the ladder here for Division 1, or Premier Division Netball I should say. We got Rock here in 5th position on the ladder with 2 wins. And we've got Monbulk here at 8th position, also with 2 wins, percentage being the difference between the 2 teams. They're 5th and 8th position on the ladder respectively, so pretty big game here today. We're underway. As Officer with the centre pass, get the ball moving forward. And will be Castricum with the first shot of the game, and she's put it through, so score is 1-0 here. The way of Rock, and now it's Monbulk's turn to go out of the centre. Got the ball here is McDowell. McDowell just gets the ball moving forward there with a short pass to Pauapalo. And now Adams to deliver the scores and make the score 1-1, and she's put it through, Tani Adams. So it scores 1-1 here between both teams. So Rock out of the centre again. This is Hamilton. Hamilton with the ball again, she goes with a short pass there to Neal. Now with the ball here is Mucic. Hamilton, couple of 1-2 passes here with Neal. And Neal can have a shot. Just to give Rock the lead back. Make the score 2-1, and she puts it through, scores 2-1 here, the way of Rock. And so McDowell out of the centre. She goes backwards with a pass there, in the Whitworth direction. Whitworth now to Stubbs. Stubbs over the top, got it back to McDowell. And over the top here and got the ball now is Pauapalo. Let's deliver the scores once more. And she puts it through Pauapalo, scores 2-2 here at Monbulk. So once again it'll be Hamilton out of the centre. Got the ball here for the moment as Mucic. As Mucic goes back to Hamilton. Over the top here and got the ball now is Castricum. And she doesn't quite get it. This time she puts it through, so Rock with the lead once more, scores 3-2 here at Monbulk. So McDowell once more out of the centre. Here's Hamilton. The ball here now is Mucic. Long pass that didn't quite work out, and now with the ball here for Monbulk is Stubbs. Wide pass here, a couple of 1-2s there between Whitworth and Stubbs. And eventually they get the ball down here to Adams. Now McDowell, where can she go? Short pass forward and got it to Pauapalo, and now Adams once more. Doesn't quite get it. There was a good bit of defensive work there that time by Nelson. But Monbulk get the ball back once more. Adams just to level the scores again. Doesn't quite get it. She'll get another go though. This time puts it through. The score's 3-0 here at Monbulk. Out wide here this time. Got the ball here is Mucic. Pass here just doesn't quite work out, although it was kept in play beautifully there by Castricum. So Hamilton, just with a short pass there to Castricum, doesn't quite work out. Yeah, this time it's Neal to put Rock back in front. A goal for goal so far in this clash. But cut off there beautifully that time there by Macarella. She just goes with a short pass here, this time to Whitworth. Eventually providing an option there, that time was Oryx. Over the top again there to Whitworth. And knocked away there that time by Neal. So get the ball moving here forward this time here to Monbulk. Stubbs had the ball there that time. Now it's McDowell. Where can McDowell go? Just goes with a short pass there that time to Stubbs. Stubbs here to Pauapalo. Pauapalo over the top, it's a good pass there to Adams. This can level the scores back up once more. And the goal for goal pattern continues in this game here. Scores 4-4 here at Monbulk. Couple of short passes here now. Stubbs has got it for the time being. She goes in forward that time to Pauapalo. Now it's Oryx. And once more, this time it's Adams. Pauapalo's got it again. Just to put Monbulk in front, she's got it. Important goal there for Monbulk that time. So Hamilton once more out of the centre, goes with a short pass there to Neal. Where can Neal go? She just goes with another short pass there to Mucic. Hamilton once more, and it's a good pass now, just a little bit hot that time. Yeah, And a reprieve here for the Bombok defence. So they get the ball moving forward, but just couldn't quite get the ball there. In play that time was Nelson, or Whitworth, I should say. A couple of short passes here. Eventually got the ball here is Neil. Ball goes back here this time. Hamilton had it there that time. And it's a very good pass, and it works out to Neil. And she doesn't quite get it. And now Bombok with a chance to counter-attack. Goes for the lateral pass here this time to Nelson. Long pass, but couldn't quite keep it in play there that time. It was Stubbs. So once more it's Officer, or Rock I should say. Couple of short passes, they work it out beautifully. Got the ball here now is Chamberlain. So where can Chamberlain go? There's the short pass, works it out to Hamilton. Hamilton wide to Neil. Neil goes in forward. Again, passes a little bit too hot there that time for Casterson. And again, Bombok with a chance to counter-attack. Got it for the time being here is Chamberlain. But once more, it's Rock again. A couple of short passes here eventually. Bombok do get the ball back here. For the time being, Mancarella. Over the short lateral pass there to McDowell. They get the ball moving here forward, but cut off there beautifully that time by Nelson. Yeah, Rock with a chance to counter-attack. Dakic for the short pass. Got the ball here now this time with Stubbs. And it's a good bit of work here by Bombok. They get the ball forward to Adams, doesn't quite get it, but she'll get another go. And this time puts it through. So McDowell out of the centre. Ball here now is Oryx. Wide pass, and it works out there to Puopolo. Puopolo now to Adams. Adams went wide there to McDowell, but didn't quite work out. Chance for Officer to counter-attack here. Through Dakic, where does she go? Pass wasn't a good one. Straight to McDowell. Now Puopolo. Another goal for Bombok. So what can Hamilton create out of the centre? Ucic, Hamilton. Yeah, Neil can have the shot. No. Casterson, and she puts it through. Important goal there for Officer. After a couple of road there to Bombok, they needed that one, and now it's McDowell in the centre. Wide pass there that time to Puopolo. McDowell will take it once more. Puopolo, McDowell, Puopolo again. Pops over the top, and it's a good pass to Adams. Doesn't quite get it, but it was beautifully worked there that time by Puopolo, and she puts it through. So Hamilton once more in the centre. So Nelson. Where can she go out wide to Neil? It's a good pass. Neil back in with a short pass there, that time to Mucic, and over the top eventually to Casterson. Does she put it through? Not quite, it's knocked away, but Casterson gets it once more. She'll have another shot. This time puts it through. So where does McDowell go? She's going to go back here, back there to Whitworth. Whitworth do tries not to step. Eventually she gets it to Stubbs. Long pass here, and it works out to Adams. Knocked away there by the Rock defenders. They've done that okay. Bombok will get the ball for the time being, but it's a short little reprieve here for the moment for Rock. Ball below, it's a hot pass, but it finds McDowell. Eventually Adams has got it now. She can have the shot. And now it's Puopolo, and she puts it through. So Hamilton to the centre, wide pass to Neil. Back to Hamilton. This time with the ball is Mucic. Hamilton, Neil. Casterson knocked it in beautifully. And she's got it once more. And puts it through. Had a good start to this game. Back in the middle now with McDowell. So where can she go? She's going to go back again to Nelson. McDowell once more. Here's Nelson. Short pass here this time to Stubbs. Adams has got the ball now. Where does she go? She's going to go back to Stubbs, and now Puopolo. What does Puopolo do? Back to McDowell. McDowell, good pass to Adams. And she puts it through. Port and goal, good bit of play there by Monbulk. And now Hamilton once more in the centre. Goes with a good pass here there to Mucic. Mucic with a long pass to Casterson. Can she get the ball to Neal? No, she's going to go back. Couple of 1-2 passes. Eventually to Mucic. Neal with a short pass there to Casterson. She'll have the shot. Doesn't quite get it, but she will get it back. And Neal just couldn't quite keep it in play. So Mancarella, long pass there. Just keeping it in play that time was Whitworth. So here's Chamberlain, long pass up the line to Neal. Back to Chamberlain. Here's Mucic. Now Hamilton. Where can Hamilton go? She's going to go back here in the direction of Nelson. Hamilton again, Neal, Hamilton once more. Where does Hamilton go? A couple of 1-2 passes here with Neal. Eventually Neal's going to have the shot. And a much better goal coming up for Officer, and she's put it through. And McDowell, lateral pass there that time to Oryx. Wapolo to Adams. Can Adams seal the deal? Yes, she can. She puts it through for a goal. So Hamilton passes out to Mucic. Mucic wants to go back to Hamilton, but instead she goes to Nelson. Now Neal. Got the ball here. Now is Dakic. I think, no, it's Chamberlain. Long pass here. It's a good one there to Casterson. Goes out wide this time to Mucic. Neal couldn't quite take it. Neal short pass to Casterson. Needs to put this through, doesn't quite get it. It's knocked away. Neal recovers it well though. Here's Hamilton. Short pass again to Casterson, who can have another shot. Doesn't quite get this one either. But she will get another opportunity. Short good pass there to Neal. Neal doesn't quite get it. Can Casterson recover it? No, not quite. And so now Mancarella. Where does she go? Works it out to Nelson. Nelson now with a good pass here to Oryx. Good pass there, Stubbs. Puopolo, now Adams. Here's McDowell. Short pass again to Puopolo. She goes back. So what can McDowell do? Short pass to Adams. Back to McDowell. Over the top, good pass to Puopolo, who can have the shot. Now the ball's back with Rock. So Dakic, short pass, works it there to Chamberlain. Now Hamilton. Where can Hamilton go with a long pass there to Neal? Neal goes laterally there to Hamilton. Hamilton up the line there to Mucic. Where can she go? She's going to go back this time here to Nelson. Now, short pass here, Neal's got it again. Where'd she go? Wide pass to Nelson. Nelson did well. Just can't get the ball moving forward here. Now they can. Here's Hamilton. But now Monbulk get the back here through Oryx. Wide pass this time to Whitworth. Whitworth gets it in the attacking third. Good pass, but just couldn't quite take it. There was Puopolo. Now Puopolo can put it through for another goal. And McDowell in the centre. Lateral pass there. Oh, nearly slipped for the momentarily. There was Oryx, but she did it well in the end. Now McDowell. Couple of short passes here. Puopolo's got it once more. Pops it over the top to Adams. And Adams puts it through. Another goal here for Monbulk. Chamberlain, short pass there to Mucic. Now Casterson, back to Mucic. Now Neal fumbled it momentarily, but she recovered. Hamilton with strong hands. Short pass to Neal. Neal to Casterson. She can have another shot for goal. And she puts it through. Good goal. Much needed one there for Officer. So McDowell in the centre. Lateral pass there. Oryx spilled it. And so Rocker going to get back here through Chamberlain. Does Chamberlain go? She's got Nelson one way. Goes to her eventually. Where does Nelson go? Short pass to Mucic. Mucic down the line to Neal. Now Casterson. Can she seal the deal? Yes, she can. Ooh. Hamilton gets it to Mucic. Where does Mucic go? She's looking at Hamilton. Eventually she goes back to Nelson, but getting the ball back here is Monbulk. Oryx goes wide out to Whitworth. Just got there in time. Whitworth into Stubbs. Good pass here. Eventually works it there to Adams. And Adams puts it through. It's a good goal. So here's McDowell. Ball pass in over the top. It's thumped away there that time by Nelson. But Monbulk get the ball back. Stubbs loses her footing. Recovers though. Now Puopolo to Adams. Adams can have the shot and she puts it through. Hamilton wide to Neal. Now into Mucic. Mucic over the top to Casterson. Done that well there. Have Officer. And Casterson puts it through. Good way there to finish the quarter for Rock. Fairly close first quarter there as we enter the first quarter. We'll be back to bring you the second quarter. We're just going to go off to a short break. And about to get underway here in the second quarter after the end of the first quarter. Scores here are 10-14 the way of Officer. Pretty closely contested game so far. So certainly still a pretty even matchup for the time being. And it'll be McDowell in the centre. Pass goes out wide here to Stubbs. Long pass in there to Puopolo. Way back to McDowell, and eventually Adams has got it. And she puts it through. So Neal, who's moved into the centre position here. So early goal there for Monbulk. Pass goes out wide. Neal's got it once more. So O'Shannessy doesn't quite get it. Momentary reprieve here for Monbulk. As they work it forward, Stubbs, now Whitworth, to Oryx. Short pass here, works its way to Stubbs. Adams couldn't quite take it. Now they've got it back here for the moment, Officer. Here's Neal. Pass up the line there to Nelson, didn't quite work out. Now they get inside that attacking third. Here's Neal. Neal's got it once more, goes with a short pass. Jets responding goal here for Officer, doesn't quite get it. So Mankarel to respond, passes a bit hot. Kept in play beautifully there though by McDowell. Well, not quite. Just working it forward here for the time being, our Officer. So where does Neal go? Pops over the top to O'Shannessy, doesn't quite take it. She's got it though this time. She's going to go back to Neal, couple of 1-2 passes. And this time they get the goal. Leads back out to 4 points here at Monbulk. As they work the ball forward here. Here is Stubbs, short pass to Puopolo. Neal's got it for the time being. Short pass there to Nelson. Neal's got it once more. So here's Chamberlain. Pass goes out wide here that time to Mucic. Here's Neil once more, long pass into Mucic. Gets it to O'Shaughnessy, she does well. This to stretch the lead out to 5 points. And they've done that well for the time being there, Monbulk. Pass goes out wide to McDowell. Where does McDowell go? Short pass here to Whitworth. Whitworth pops it over the top to Oryx. Slipped momentarily, but she's done okay. Here's Puopolo. Short pass to Whitworth. Whitworth goes back to Oryx. Whitworth again. Pass up the line here. Worked beautifully there to Stubbs. Yeah, the ball goes out of bounds and a reprieve here for the Officer Defence. Pass goes to Neil. Short pass here, working it here that time to Chamberlain. So here's Nelson. Short pass to Chamberlain. Goes out wide here to Mucic. Here's Neil. Neil pass into O'Shaughnessy. A couple of 1-2 passes. Pass wide here to Whitworth. Up the line to Oryx. Here's McDowell. Now Adams. Back to McDowell. Short pass here. Worked that beautifully to Puopolo, and she's put it through, and the lead's back down to just 3 points. Monbulk with a much needed goal there. So Neil goes with a short pass. This for a responding goal here for Officer. Can't quite get it, but O'Shaughnessy recovered well. Just didn't quite get the ball in play according to the umpire. So they work it up the line. Here's Whitworth. Looked at Oryx but didn't go for it in the end. Here's McDowell. Oryx gets it now. Short pass here this time. A couple of passes just didn't quite work out there with Stubbs. As the ball now, though, Stubbs pops it over the top, but it was a good bit of defensive work that time by Nelson. And now they can counter-attack here, can Rock. A couple of short passes. Chamberlain's got it for the time being. Now Neil. Neil back to Chamberlain. Chamberlain back to Nelson. Now Chamberlain once more. We're inside the attacking third now. Here's Mucic. O'Shaughnessy. Neil pops it over the top. It's a good pass, and this for a 4-point lead for Rock. And they've got the goal. So they score 16-12 here at Monbulk. So McDowell out of the centre. Short pass there to Puopolo. Couple of short passes. Puopolo once more goes wide to McDowell. Where does McDowell go? Now it's a good bit of defensive work that time by Nelson. Knocks it away. So Stubbs, Puopolo and Adams. Adams eventually puts it through, leads back down to 3 points. And it will be Neil in the centre. Couple of short passes, here's Puopolo, long pass to McDowell. McDowell looking for Adams, can't quite get it to her. Pass goes around the back there, nice to Stubbs, they get it into Adams. But Rock with a reprieve here. So with the ball for the time being is Dakic. Pass long up the line, got the ball here now is Chamberlain. Now Neil back to Chamberlain. Chamberlain puts it inside the attacking third. Neil's got it now. She goes with a short pass to O'Shaughnessy. Back to Neil. Here's Mucic. Ooh, momentary fumble. Neil did well that time. Went to O'Shaughnessy. She will get a shot at goal here. This to stretch the lead back to 4 points, and she's got it. So McDowell back there to Whitworth, long pass him. Side the attacking third. So here's Neil. Inside the middle third, Neil's got it once more. Goes with a pass up the line there to Mucic. Now Neil again. Neil puts them inside the attacking third. Neil once more. Goes to O'Shaughnessy. Knocked away though by Mancarella. Casterson puts it through. So Casterson has another shot, doesn't quite put it through. Whitworth did well. Here's Oryx, goes with a wide pass to McDowell. Here's Oryx again. Now Stubbs, Puopolo. Stubbs again. Now McDowell. Goes inboard here to Adams. Stubbs looking for and finds Puopolo. They have a couple of 1-2 passes. Eventually Puopolo has the shot, puts it through, and the lead's back to 3 points here at Monbulk. So 3 points, McDowell out of the centre. Got it in there to Puopolo. The ball fumbles around. Eventually Neil recovers it for Rock. She goes back there to Dakic. Dakic with a wide pass, finds Neil, goes up the line. It's a good pass. Got the ball here this time as Nelson. She goes inside. Here's Casterson. Hops over the top beautifully to O'Shannessy. This to stretch the lead back to 4 points. Yeah, doesn't quite get it. Casterson recovers it well. The Monbulk defenders defending grimly, but it's O'Shannessy again. With a much better goal coming up for Rock. They get the response. Can stretch the lead back out to 4 points. Long pass into Casterson didn't quite work. She's got it again this time though. This for back-to-back goals and a 5-point lead, and she's put it through. Cut off beautifully there that time by Nelson, I think it was. Long pass in here from Mucic. Mucic beautifully to O'Shannessy. Doesn't quite get it. Oh no, it was a good bit of defensive work there that time by Whitworth. So they hold up for the time being to Monbulk. Short pass here worked out to Puopolo. She goes wide to Whitworth. Here's McDowell. McDowell to Adams. Now Stubbs. Here's Puopolo. Adams again. Here's Puopolo. No, it's Adams. In fact, now it's Puopolo. Needs to put this through, and she does. Leads back to 4 points, scores 19-15 here by way of Rock. And they get it back now here through McDowell. McDowell with a short pass there that time to Mancarella. Work it up the line. Here's Puopolo. Puopolo with a short pass to Stubbs. Stubbs long pass here to Adams. Here's Adams once again. Puts it through. Back-to-back goals here for Monbulk. The lead's back to 3 points. 19-16 here the way of Rock, and it's McDowell in the centre. Short pass to Puopolo. Now Stubbs. So here's Puopolo. And it will be Adams with a shot at goal to bring it back to 2 points. Much needed for Monbulk, and she's got it. Scores 17-19 near the way of Rock. So nice 3 goals here from Monbulk. Rock with the ball for the time being. Here's Mucic, now Neil. Neil with a short pass to O'Shannessy. So here's Mancarella. Passes out wide to Whitworth. It'll be Rock once again. Here's Casterson. Casterson goes out wide to Mucic. Mucic into O'Shannessy. He's had a pretty good game so far. Can she finish off the job? Put it back to 3 points? Yes, she can. Back out to a 3-point lead here for Rock. So McDowell out of the centre. Passes to Stubbs. Back to McDowell. Adams got the ball now. McDowell once again. Where does McDowell go? Short pass to Adams once more. Adams, the ball's knocked away from her. But the Rock defenders unable to keep the ball in play for the time being. So it'll be McDowell. She'll go to Puopolo. Adams is manned by 2 defenders, so she won't go to her for the time being. Here's McDowell once more. Now Puopolo. She can have the shot. Can she put it back to 2 points? No, she can't quite. And a reprieve for the Rock defenders. We'll get the ball here through Dakic. It goes long up the line here to Nelson. Nelson just with a short pass here that time there to Chamberlain. They get the ball inside the attacking third. Here's Neil. Chamberlain once again. Long pass here, works to Casterson. She goes for another short pass to O'Shannessy. O'Shannessy doesn't quite get it. Whitworth cuts it off beautifully. Now McDowell, they can get the ball moving quickly here. Got the ball here now. That time was Stubbs. Here's McDowell again. Couple of 1-2 passes here with Puopolo. Puopolo's got it once more. Can she bring it back to 2 points? Much needed goal here, and she's got it, Puopolo. So scores 18-20 here, the way of Rock. So it'll be Neil in the centre. Neil pops it over the top here. It's a good pass to Mucic. Long pass to Casterson. This is for an instant response, and she gets it. Back out to 3 points. 21-18 the way of Rock here at Monbulk. And Stubbs with a hot pass. It works to Puopolo. And they get the ball moving again. Here's Neil. Neil with a short pass to Mucic. Pops over the top. Nelson couldn't quite take it. Whitworth did well. Where does Whitworth go? She goes with a long pass here. Works that one beautifully there to Oryx. Now Stubbs. Here's Puopolo. Puopolo can pop it over the top, and a nice one-hander catch there by Adams, with the pass a bit wide there of McDowell. And Dakic can get the moving out of defence. Where can she go? She goes with a short pass here to Chamberlain. Chamberlain wanted to go back to Dakic. She decides not to. Goes with a short pass up the line here to Nelson. Nelson now gets it to Casterson. Nelson again. Short pass in now to Chamberlain. Chamberlain, Mucic, Neil. Neil back to Chamberlain. Chamberlain goes laterally to Nelson. Now they get the ball moving forward to Rock. Ooh, momentary spill by Casterson, and she can't quite keep it in play. So here's Mancarella. Mancarella gets it up the line here. Worked it beautifully to Oryx. Now Stubbs. Stubbs with a long pass to McDowell. Where does McDowell go? She goes in the Adams direction. Adams couldn't quite take it, but she recovers well. Now Stubbs again. Where can Stubbs go? Short bounce pass to Puopolo. Now to Adams. She can have the shot. This to bring it back to 2 points, and she's got it. Scores 21-19 here. And that'll end the half. So it's a 2-point lead here. Very close game at Monbulk so far. Scores 21-19, and it is anyone's game. We're just going to go to a short break here for half time. We'll be back to bring you the second half here on AFL Outer East. So Hamilton back in the centre position here for Rock. Now the second half is underway. She goes out wide to Neil, who's back in the goal attack position. Here's O'Shannessy. Goes back there to Hamilton. In fact, Neil's in the wing attack position now. Here's Casterson. Could have an early shot at goal. No, she passes over to O'Shannessy. Just to bring it back to 4 points. Not knocked away by the Monbulk defenders. They've done that well. Here's McDowell. McDowell to Whitworth. Where does Whitworth go? Goes back to McDowell. So where does Whitworth go? Just goes forward with a short pass there to Stubbs. Stubbs along here to Adams. Adams now to Puopolo. Puopolo, short to Adams. Is for a 6-point lead from Monbulk, and she's got it. An early goal here from Monbulk in this second half. Oryx, McDowell, back to Oryx. Oryx wide out there to Whitworth. Whitworth puts him inside the attacking third. Here's Stubbs. Long pass, works beautifully here to Adams. In fact, it's Puopolo. And she's put it through, so it's a 7-point lead here now for Monbulk. A couple of early goals here in this second half. So Hamilton goes to Neil. Now Hamilton again. Hamilton pops it over the top. O'Shannessy kept it in. She's done that pretty well. And she can have the shot at goal, but it's knocked away again there by Mancarella. Here's McDowell. Here's Whitworth now. Pops it over the top here. It's Stubbs, Puopolo, McDowell, Adams. Did that very quickly, did Monbulk, and now Adams can have the shot, stretch it out to 8 points. Went the pass there to Puopolo, got knocked back to Adams, and she's put it through, and it's now an 8-point lead. 3 quick goals here for Monbulk to start off the second half as McDowell's got the centre pass. Long pass in here to Stubbs. Adams, momentary fumble, but she recovered. Now McDowell. Oh, cut up beautifully there by Nelson, and now they can counter-attack here. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton to Neil. Short pass here now to Nelson. Where does Nelson go? She goes backwards to Chamberlain, but they've coughed it up. So now Monbulk with a chance to counter-attack here through Oryx. Oryx short pass there to Whitworth, back to Oryx. Whitworth again, now McDowell. McDowell bounce passes it, but got in there beautifully that time was Dakic. She's done that well. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton goes wide to Neal. Now a short pass to Nelson. Neal once more. Now Nelson, they just can't get it moving forward. Now to Hamilton. Lateral pass to Neal. They're inside the attacking third here now. Wide pass to O'Shannessy. Now it's Hamilton who'll take it. She'll pop it over the top to Casterson. She's done that pretty well. Needs to convert here, and she does. So the Monbulk defence holds up for the time being. Now Neal with a chance. Gets it over to Casterson. She goes short to O'Shannessy. Back to Neal. So O'Shannessy, she's going to pass it to Casterson. It's a good option. Needs to put this through. 2 goals in a row here for Rock. Get it back to 6 points now. So it's McDowell out of the centre. Goes back there to Oryx. Now Stubbs. Long pass there. Got it to Puopolo. Stubbs again. Short pass to Adams. Adams wide to McDowell. They eventually work it here to Puopolo as the shot doesn't quite get it. She'll have another go though. Misses it this time, but Adams recovered it well. She puts it through. It's back out to 7 points here. The Wave Monbulk. Pass here to Neal. Now O'Shannessy. Long pass to Casterson. They did that well, officer. Casterson needs to convert, and she does. It's back to 6 points. So here's Whitworth. There she go, just with a short pass to Stubbs. Stubbs, eventually it's Puopolo who's got the ball. No, in fact it's Adams. Doesn't quite get it. Puopolo's got it now. And she's done that well, Puopolo. So McDowell, here's Puopolo, back to McDowell. Short pass there to McDowell. Wide pass here now. Eventually got it here as Adams. Knocked away here that time. Here's Hamilton. Up the line here now to Casterson. Back to Nelson. Nelson slips. Seems to be causing a bit of trouble that part of the court. Oh, another slip as well. The Bermuda Triangle, that part of the court there. A lot of players seem to be having a lot of trouble. So for the top here now, here's Adams. Just stretch it back out to 7 points, and she's got it. Here's Hamilton. Neal's got the ball now, back to Hamilton. Now Casterson. Casterson too, she can't quite get it, but O'Shannessy recovers. Just to bring it back to 6 points, and she has got it. Here's Neal. Casterson puts it through. They get 2 quick ones here. Rock, bring it back to 5 points. Wide pass there by McDowell. McDowell worked that pretty quickly. Stubbs had it there. Now it's Paul Wapolo. This can put it back out to 6 points. And she gets it. So it scores 30-24 here, the way of Monbulk. Wide pass to Nelson. Here's Neil. O'Shanassy, ooh, long pass, just didn't quite work out to Casterson. Mancarella can get the moving out of defence, but it's cut off here by Hamilton. Now Casterson in long to O'Shanassy. She goes back to Hamilton. Now Neil. Neil to Casterson. What does she do? She goes to O'Shanassy. It's a good pass. She can have the shot at goal here and she can put it through and bring it back to 5 points. Much better goal there for Rock. So McDowell here with the centre pass. What can she do? She goes out wide to Stubbs. Stubbs with a long pass to Puopolo. Short pass now to Adams. Adams back to Stubbs. Here's Puopolo. Couple of 1-2 passes with Stubbs before eventually she takes the shot. Doesn't quite get it. She recovers it well though. She'll have another go and doesn't quite get it this time. And cut off beautifully there that time by Dakic. Dakic short pass there to Nelson. Nelson's got it again. Where does she go? She goes to Neil. Neil, long pass to O'Shanassy. Neil once more. O'Shanassy again. Try to go laterally there to Neil. We'll get it eventually. Chance for Rock to bring it back to 4 points here. With a good pass and an accurate shot at goal. Here's O'Shanassy. Speaking of accurate shots at goal, and she puts it through. It's 30-26 now. And Hamilton goes to Neil. Hamilton once more. Here's Casterson, in fact. Neil again. Where does Neil go? He's going to go short to O'Shanassy. This to bring it back to 3 points. And she has got it. Scores 30-27 here, the way of Monbulk. Couple of quick goals here though to Officer, and they've trimmed the lead right down. Puopolo with a long pass. Adams fumbled it, but she got it eventually. She's going to go to Puopolo. Dakic to Nelson. Now Hamilton. Here's Neil up the line. Neil's got it once more. Neil again. Where does she go? Looking for, but it's cut off beautifully there that time by Mancarella. Now Monbulk a chance to counter-attack here. Here is Oryx. Fumbled there momentarily by Whitworth, but she recovered. Mancarella, Whitworth, Oryx, McDowell, Oryx again. Where does she go? Long pass here that time to Puopolo. McDowell, Adams, wide pass here to Stubbs, and now Puopolo. Puopolo to bring it back to 4 points, and she does just that. Scores 31-27 here, the way of Monbulk. Here's Neil. What can Neil do? Hamilton. Chamberlain. Hamilton again. Long pass there to Casterson. They work it around eventually. O'Shanassy, will she have the shot? No, she won't. Yes, she will. No. Goes to Casterson. It's a good pass. Casterson puts it through. Back to 3 points. Now it's McDowell in the centre. Good pass there. That time to Stubbs. Nelson gave away contact. Now here's Puopolo. Chamberlain couldn't quite complete the intercept. Now Puopolo goes to Adams. Adams couldn't quite hold it. Now Dakic. Dakic can get them moving. In fact, it's Nelson. She goes to Neil. Wide to Casterson. Looks for O'Shanassy. The pass is hot though. And O'Shanassy can't keep it in play. Mancarella can get Monbulk moving out of defence. Where does she go? Short pass to Whitworth. Casterson done for contact. Here's Mancarella again now. Oryx. Where does Oryx go? She goes with a long pass. It's a good one to McDowell now. Stubbs back to McDowell. McDowell now, she gets it here to Adams. Adams to stretch it back out to 4 points. And she puts it through. Scores 32 to 28 here the way of Monbulk. And they get it moving straight away to Officer, wasting no time. Here's Casterson, here's Hamilton. Hamilton back to Casterson. Now to Neal. Casterson gets it once more. Will she have the shot? Yes, she will. It's not a bad one. It just pops out at the last moment. It looked like it had gone through. And they get the ball moving forward here. McDowell had it. Now Puopolo. McDowell gets moving. Try to cut it off there was Hamilton, but she couldn't quite do it. Here's Adams. Adams can have a shot. This to put it back out to 5 points. So Adams, and she puts it through. Back to a 5-point lead here for Monbulk. Short pass here, working it forward. Here's Adams. Where does Adams go? Try to work it through, and Rocker going to get it back. Does Dakic go? Just with a short pass to Chamberlain, back to Dakic, over the top to Hamilton. Now she gets it moving forward. Casterson kept it in, but it's turned over there. Oryx has got it now. Here's Puopolo. Goes to McDowell. Now Stubbs. Stubbs with a bounce pass. Rock defending grimly, but it doesn't quite work out. And Adams puts it through. It's another goal, and they stretch that lead back out to 6 points. After Rock had brought it back to 3 points. Scores 34 to 28 here now. Here's O'Shannessy. Slipped momentarily, there was Hamilton, but she recovered. They work it around eventually. Casterson puts it through. Much earned a goal there for Rock. Monbulk get it moving forward. Here's Stubbs. Stubbs, long pass. McDowell. Where does McDowell go? Pass over the top. Here's Puopolo, she can have the shot. To stretch it back out to 6 points. And she's got it. Scores 35 to 29 here the way of Monbulk. Pass in here to Neal. Where can Neal go? Goes over the top here. It finds Hamilton. Back to Neal. Where can Neal go? Short pass here to Casterson. Doesn't quite get it. Can Neal recover it? No, she can't. Actually, it was Hamilton, in fact. What can Hamilton do? Got it to Casterson. Casterson to have the shot. And it falls through. It's a goal. It's back to 5 points here. It is McDowell in the centre. She goes out wide to Puopolo. Get the ball moving forward. Here's McDowell once more. Got it to Adams. It was a good bit of play by Monbulk. Adams doesn't quite get it. She'll have another chance though, this to stretch it back out to 6 points. And she puts it through. And that is the end of the third quarter. 6 point lead to Monbulk, scores 36 to 30 here. Rock still very much in it. They brought that lead right down to 3 points there, right towards the end of that quarter before Monbulk stretched it back out. But if they can get a couple of quick goals here, can Rock. It will be a very interesting contest. We're just going to have a short break here. We'll be back to bring you the last quarter of the netball. To get underway in this last quarter, scores 36 to 30 here, the way of Monbulk. But one big last quarter here could make it very interesting here for Rock. And so it will be Hamilton in the centre. So Hamilton goes out to Neal. O'Shannessy, they've got it moving quickly here. Rock, pass goes wide to Hamilton. Looking for Casterson, and can Casterson take it? Yes, she can. And she goes the short pass to O'Shannessy. It's a good option. Can she get the first goal of the last quarter? No, not quite. Over the top here, and Mankarella can get Monbulk moving out of defence. She goes out wide to Whitworth. Where does Whitworth go? Laterally there to Oryx. Now Whitworth again. Whitworth up the line here to Stubbs. Guru done there for contact. Here's McDowell, Stubbs, and here's Adams. Can Adams get the first goal of the last quarter? Yes, she can. Scores 37-30 here the way of Monbulk. And it's McDowell out of the centre. Now goes wide there to Whitworth. Now Stubbs. Oryx had it. Now McDowell over the top to Adams. Can Adams put it through? Yes, she can. 2 quick goals there for Monbulk. Lead is 8 points. Scores 38-30. Hamilton out of the centre. Hamilton once more. Had it a couple of times in this bit of play here is Hamilton. Now O'Shannessy, what can she do? Here's Neal, she goes back to Hamilton. Where does Hamilton go? Short pass there. To O'Shannessy, now Hamilton again. Where can she go? Oh, doesn't quite get the pass there that time. To Castrosum, and it will be Mankarella to get Monbulk moving out of defence. It's the ball moving forward here. They work a couple of short passes, got it over the top here. Ooh, a little bit of contact there, but Neal's okay. Now she's got the ball. She goes back to Nelson. Nelson. Worked hard there in defence. Here's Dakic. Short pass to Nelson. Where does Nelson go? Up the line to Neal. Where does Neal go? She's going to go back here. Yeah, that time to Grigorou. Long pass in and done beautifully there was Castrosum. Got it the last second. She puts it through. Much now to goal for Rock. They bring the lead back down to 7 points. But it is McDowell out of the centre. So ball below. It's wide there to Stubbs. Where does Stubbs go? Got it to Adams. Adams with the shot at goal. Adams puts it through. Back to 8 points. Scores 31-39 here at Monbulk. Hamilton out of the centre. Goes out wide to Neal. Get it moving it forward. Here's Neal again. Now O'Shannessy. Castrosum couldn't quite get it. Knocked away from O'Shannessy in a reprieve for the Monbulk defence here. Mankarella, short pass there to Oryx. Oryx pass up the line to McDowell, back to Oryx. Where does she go? She's looking for Stubbs, but it was cut off beautifully there that time by Hamilton. Here's Nelson, now Neal. Neal's got it once more. Eventually got it here to Castrosum. Shannessy, a couple of 1-2 passes there with Hamilton. She can have the shot here, bring it back to 7 points. No, she passes to Neal. And now they coughed it up here, Rock. So here's Mankarella. Short pass to Oryx. A good spearing pass there that time to Nelson, I think it was. No, it was Whitworth, in fact. Adams goes back to Whitworth. Now McDowell. Now Paul Wapello. Oh, short little pass there to McDowell. Knocked away that time by Nelson. But it will be Paul Wapello with a shot at goal. Now Adams. Puts it through and stretches it out to 9 points. Here's Wapello, long pass in, works it beautifully to Adams. Adams could have another shot at goal, doesn't quite get it. So a reprieve here for Rock, and they need to get the ball moving quickly out of defence. Here's Nelson. Where does Nelson go? She goes wide to Dakic. Dakic up the line. Now it's Neal. Get it moving forward a couple of times. O'Shannessy gets it eventually. She's in a good position to shoot. And puts it through. Back to 8 points. Scores 40-32 here the way of Monbulk. And it's Hamilton in the centre. Where does Hamilton go? Nice pass in here. O'Shannessy's got it again. O'Shannessy back to Hamilton. Couple of 1-2 passes. It's with O'Shannessy again. She goes to Castrosum. This to bring it back to 7 points, and she's got it. Back-to-back goals here for Rock. Scores 40-33 here at Monbulk. McDowell out of the centre, goes to Puopolo. Pass there to Stubbs wasn't a good one, and the Rock defence will get it here through Dakic. Where does Dakic go? She gets the ball up the line to Grigiro. Did it quite well. Here's O'Shannessy. She can have the shot. This to bring it back to 6 points, and she's got it. 3 quick goals here for Rock. Much needed goals, and it will be Hamilton in the centre, so here's another opportunity for Rock. She goes out wide to Neal. Neal did well. Where did she go? She goes back to Grigiro. Hamilton, Grigiro again. Where does she go? Wide out to Nelson. Nelson into Neal. She did pretty well there. Here's Casterson. Got it to O'Shannessy. Casterson again. Couple of passes. O'Shannessy spilled it. And a preview for the Monbulk defence. Here's Oryx. Got up the line to Whitworth. Whitworth a good pass. Grigiro done for contact there. Worked hard to cut it off. Whitworth, Latchley to Oryx, and now Stubbs. And Rock are going to get it back. Here's Dakic. Dakic, Nelson, back to Dakic. Dakic out wide. Grigiro up the line here to Nelson. She goes Latchley here to Hamilton. Where does Hamilton go? Just a short pass to Neal. Now Grigiro once again. She's got in the game a little bit here since she's come on. Here's Casterson. Long pass. O'Shannessy with the strong hands. This to bring it back to 5 points. She goes back to Hamilton. What does Casterson do? Pops it over the top to Shannessy. It's a good pass. It's a good goal. It's back to 5 points. Oh, no, it's not counted. Oh. McDowell, good pass there to Whitworth. Now Stubbs. Where does Stubbs go? Works it to Puopolo. Oryx had it. Now Stubbs fumbles but recovers it. Hamilton done for contact there. Good pass to Adams. So for a responding goal here for Monbulk, and it's back out to 7 points. So McDowell out of the centre. Whitworth, long pass to Puopolo, who was unattended. Now Adams fumbles it, recovers it. But Rocket it back. Dakic, Nelson. Looking for Hamilton, but Dakic gets it eventually. Got it to Nelson once more. Up the line to Neal. Where can Neal go? Just with a short pass here to Nelson. Nelson now goes to Hamilton. It's inside the attacking third, but they go back to Nelson. Now Hamilton again. Short pass to Neal. She's got O'Shannessy unattended. Hamilton did it well. And O'Shannessy can have the shot. This to bring it back to 6 points, and she gets it. Important goal there. 4 Rockers, they bring it back to 6 points, and Hamilton's got it in the middle. She gets it to Neal. Neal back to Hamilton. Nelson. Oh, she wanted Neal, but pass didn't go to her. Here's Whitworth. Now Monbulk on the counter-attack. But Rock will get it back here through Dakic. She's got Nelson just up ahead. She's got Hamilton one way. Where does Nelson go? Just goes up to Hamilton there. Hamilton spears it in beautifully that time to Neal. Neal goes for Casterson. Does Casterson have the shot? Yes, she will. It's a pretty good shot. Goes through and it's back to 5 points. Scores 41 to 36 here the way of Monbulk. It's McDowell now in the centre. She goes to Puopolo. Puopolo back to Whitworth. Neal tried to cut it off. The pass is a little bit hot though for McDowell, and Rock are going to get it back. So Dakic, where does she go? Goes to Nelson. The pass was dangerous. Here's Nelson. Up the line here, Grigiro. Casterson, Neal. Neal in long, works it well. Couple of short passes. Neal looking for O'Shannessy. Pass just goes over the top. Now Mancarella, Whitworth, up the line, McDowell. Where does McDowell go? She goes back to Whitworth. Whitworth goes the short option there to Oryx. Neal cut it off momentarily, but they get the ball back anyway. Monbulk, long pass to Puopolo, now Adams. Puopolo unattended, gets it. She goes to Adams. Adams has got it. She can have the shot, stretch it back to 6 points, and she gets it. Scores 42 to 36 here the way of Monbulk. Now Hamilton wasting no time at all. She gets the ball moving forward to Neil, and now Hamilton's got it once more. Casterson's got it. She wants O'Shannessy. Knocked away by Whitworth. So O'Shannessy just has to put this through, and she does. It's back to 5 point scores, 42 to 37 here. McDowell now doesn't want to waste any time. She goes out wide to Whitworth. So what does Puopolo do? She looked to go to Adams, but she goes back to Stubbs first. Now Puopolo to stretch it back out to 6 points, and she's got it. Scores 43 to 37 here, the way of Monbulk. Casterson into O'Shannessy. Now Neil, short little bounce pass there to Hamilton. Casterson fumbled, and Monbulk pounce. They just slow it up for the time being. Whitworth gets it eventually. Whitworth up the line here to Stubbs. Stubbs is going to go laterally there to Oryx. Oryx back to Stubbs. They're inside the attacking third now. Here's Puopolo. She's looking for Adams. Goes out wide to Stubbs. McDowell, short pass, works to Puopolo. Puopolo can have the shot, stretch it out to 7 points now, and she's got it. Scores 44 to 37 here. The wave Monbulk, and it'll be McDowell in the middle, who gets the ball moving straight to Puopolo. She goes to Adams. McDowell, here's Puopolo. This to make it an 8 point lead. Covers it once more, Puopolo, and she puts it through, scores 45 to 37. So what can Hamilton create in the centre? She goes to Neil. Neil short there to O'Shannessy. Now Neil, Hamilton. Neil did well. Goes to O'Shannessy eventually. Will she have the shot? She goes to Casterson. Casterson gets onto it eventually. She will have the shot, and she will put it through, and the score's 45 to 38 here, the way of Monbulk. And Monbulk get it moving again. Here's Stubbs. Stubbs, short pass to Puopolo. This for a quick response. Puopolo puts it through. It's back out to 8 points. Scores 46 to 38 here, the way of Monbulk. And wasting no time here, a rock. Neil, the pass is a little bit hot for Hamilton, and they can't keep it in play, so Monbulk will get it back. Short pass there from Mancarella. Whitworth. Stubbs with the strong hands eventually gets onto it. Goes back to Whitworth. It was a good bit of defensive work though by Neil. Now they get the ball moving inside the attacking third. Neil did well. She goes back. Now Hamilton's got it. Looking at Casterson, but she goes with a short bounce pass there to Neil. Now O'Shannessy's got it. Knocked away from Casterson. Goes with a pass to Hamilton. Where does Hamilton go? She goes with a lateral pass there to Neil. Cut it beautifully though there. Now Mancarella's got it. Oryx thumped away from her. Neil did very well. Mancarella getting it back though. So where can Mancarella go? Goes out wide there to Oryx. Oryx to Whitworth. Whitworth now to Stubbs. Fumble there by Puopolo, but they get it back, Monbulk nonetheless. Now McDowell's got it. McDowell, she goes back to Oryx. Stubbs. Stubbs looking for the long option, but Dakic cuts it off. Now they can counter-attack here. Rock Neil's got the ball. A couple of 1-2 passes with Nelson. Neil will go inside the attacking third and get the ball once more. She goes out wide to Hamilton. Hamilton did well. Hamilton, O'Shannessy, no, couldn't quite get it. And again, Monbulk cut it off, and they're moving it very quickly here. Ball goes out wide. Whitworth, they've got it up the line. Puopolo inboard here now to Stubbs. But they've copped it up. Grigiro, where does she go? Went for the option in Hamilton. Where does Hamilton go? Goes with a short pass to Grigiro inside the attacking third. Casterson's got it down. That's the end of the game. Final score here. Monbulk defeating Rock by 8 points. The score's here 46 to 38. Pretty closely contested game in the end. Thank you very much for joining us here for the Premier Division A grade netball. We hope you enjoyed the coverage. We're about to head over to the footy, which starts at 2:10. Thank you again for joining us.